Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to have you here with me today. Today, we're diving into the beautiful world of the Dutch language. It's a fascinating language with a rich history and culture. Get ready to unleash your inner tulip because we're learning 20 essential Dutch words and phrases that you can use every single day. Whether you're planning a trip to the Netherlands or just want to impress your friends, these phrases will come in handy. Let's get started. First up, we're tackling the heart of any Dutch home, the tafel. That's right, tafel means table. How amazing would it be to casually say, "Wow, what a beautiful tafel you have." They'd be so impressed with your Dutch skills. Now that you've admired the tafel, it's time to take a seat on a comfy stoel, which means chair. You can practically hear the compliments now. Your stoel looks so comfortable. See? Learning Dutch is already making you sound like a local. Ready for an adventure? Let's step through the deur. Deur means door in Dutch. You could even impress your travel buddies by saying, "Let's see what's behind that beautiful deur." Speaking of views, have you ever seen anything more picturesque than a raam overlooking a canal in Amsterdam? Raam means window. Imagine sipping your morning coffee while gazing out your raam at the bustling city below. Pure magic. After a long day of exploring, it's time to crawl into a cozy bed. Bed is one of those words that's pretty similar in English and Dutch, so it's super easy to remember. Speaking of treats, let's talk about food. Brood, which means bread in Dutch, is a staple in any Dutch household. Just walk into a bakery and confidently say, "Mag ik een brood alsjeblieft?" May I have a loaf of bread, please? Of course, we can't forget about kaas. Kaas means cheese. Imagine impressing your friends at a cheese tasting with your newfound Dutch vocabulary. Deze kaas is heerlijk. This cheese is delicious. Time for a coffee break. Coffee, as you might have guessed, means coffee in Dutch. You can confidently order a cup by saying, "Mag ik een koffie, alsjeblieft?" May I have a coffee, please? Now that we've had our coffee, it's important to stay hydrated with some refreshing water. Water is another one of those words that's pretty similar in English and Dutch. And for a healthy snack, why not grab an apple? Appel means apple in Dutch. You can even practice your Dutch by asking, "Hoeveel kost deze appel?" How much does this apple cost? Now that we've covered some basic nouns, let's move on to verbs. Lopen means to walk in Dutch. You could even use your new verb skills to tell your friends, "Let's lopen to the park." All that lopen is bound to make you hungry, so let's talk about eten. Eten means to eat in Dutch. You can even use your new verb to tell your friends, "Ik wil graag eten." I would love to eat. Of course, no meal is complete without something to drinken. Drinken means to drink in Dutch. Imagine raising a glass of Dutch beer or a refreshing glass of water and saying, "Proost!" Cheers. You're officially speaking Dutch like a pro. After a long day of eten and drinken, it's time to get some slapen. Slapen means to sleep in Dutch. Imagine drifting off to sleep in your cozy bed, dreaming of all the amazing Dutch adventures you'll have tomorrow. But before you drift off to sleep, let's talk about spreken. Spreken is a fascinating word that opens up a world of communication. Spreken means to speak in Dutch. It's a verb that you'll find incredibly useful in everyday conversations. Imagine confidently spreken Dutch with the locals, sharing stories and making new friends. Whether you're in a cozy cafe or a bustling park, the ability to speak Dutch can open many doors. You can even use your new verb to tell someone, "Ik spreek een beetje Nederlands." I speak a little Dutch. This simple phrase can be a great icebreaker and show your effort in learning the language. Now, even if you're a Dutch-speaking superstar, there might be times when you need to say pardon. Which, you guessed it, means excuse me in Dutch. And if you ever make a little mistake, just say het spijt me, which means I'm sorry in Dutch. Whether you spill your coffee or accidentally step on someone's toes, a sincere het spijt me will go a long way. Now let's talk about being polite. When someone thanks you for something, the perfect response is graag gedaan, which means you're welcome in Dutch. As the sun begins to set over the canals, it's time to greet the evening with a warm goedenavond. Goedenavond means good evening in Dutch. And finally, as your Dutch adventure comes to an end, it's time to say tot ziens, which means goodbye in Dutch. And there you have it, 20 essential Dutch words and phrases that will have you speaking like a local in no time. We hope you enjoyed this journey through the Dutch language and culture. Now, I want to hear from you. What was your favorite word or phrase from this video? Pick 3 of your favorite new words and use them in a sentence. This is a great way to practice and reinforce what you've learned. Don't be shy. Share those sentences in the comments below. We love reading your creative uses of the language. Tot ziens for now. Until next time, keep practicing and exploring new languages.